What's up, everybody? This is D, and this is my 21-year tank update. So let's take a look.
From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Enough with the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh!
Hey everybody, this is the Brooklyn Reef. I started this tank back in 2002. That's right, 2002, and it has been running nonstop ever since. I'm going to take you in for an update, but it's really simple setup. So it's 125 gallon oil glass. It's not drilled, which means it has an overflow. I keep a collection of books and references that I've had over the years that have helped me along the way. I think you guys could take a hint from that. Always good to have a book. I always end up looking up information on fish or corals or just little things. And I like to keep a log. I have a log of things that I've done with the tank. I keep a record of my lighting schedule. Actually, in the corner here, I have the programming setup, which I did a video on for the Sunny LEDs. I keep a record of how I set it up, and I'll show you the brains of the tank now, what actually runs the tank. If I go down here, you'll see I have the Apex controller. I have my gyro controller, which is not being used right now because I took the gyro off. And I have the lighting controller, which controls the Sunny lights. I'm looking at, I have Seche wave pumps, which I'm a big fan of Seche, which provide the best flow in the tank. And everything is run through the filter floss in my DIY sump. This is a 29 gallon sump. Biological media consists of broken coral rock rubble and filter floss, some bio blocks. What else I have in here? My SCA protein skimmer and my refugium. Nothing complicated, no dosing, no auto dosers. My refugium here does a great job of keeping any problematic algae out of the main tank. Everything grows in there so that when you look at the tank, I don't have air algae or bubble algae or none of that. And you can see here my overflow box because the tank is not drilled. Because the tank is not drilled, you can see my return line is out of the water, so I never get a back siphon. And right here you can see I get great water movement thanks to the Seche pumps. I'm a big advocate of oxygen exchange, so I have my pumps pointed up so that I get a lot of oxygen exchange, removal of CO2 across the entire 6-foot length of the tank. One of the other things that I have is I have plastic on the back of the tank. I just got from the hardware store so I don't get salt creep. Any of the splatter or splash gets returned back into the tank, and it keeps everything pretty clean. I really don't have any maintenance with this tank. I have a fish feeder for when I go on vacations, but I really enjoy feeding the fish myself. I keep that, I keep it stocked anyway, but I really like to do things myself. I like to watch the tank, which is why I have my mag viewer here. It is a magnifying glass algae cleaner, which I need to replace because it probably does not clean the algae no more. It's pretty worn down, and I have to replace that. But it does. As you can see, the tank is really clear. You can see the wave motion from the LEDs, and it's mostly mushrooms. I'm a big mushroom fanatic. This is not my SPS tank. It is my soft coral tank. I have leather corals, mushroom corals. I have zoas in here, pallies in here. I have a lot of natural growth. Really clean tank. I must have at least almost 16 to 20 different species of mushrooms, mostly elephant ears, record ears, which are really on the sand bed, hard to see them, and really easy to keep corals because the whole model of this tank is the fish. I love my fish. My fish are over 10, 15 years old. This is Red, which sleeps on there. You've seen plenty of pictures on Instagram of Red sleeping. And my award from the Brooklyn Aquarium Society for volunteer and contributions to the club. I always look at this and it reminds me to check the heater. My heater, yes, I keep my heater in the tank because after Superstorm Sandy, I learned not to have the heater in the sump just in case anything happens with the return line. I keep my heater in my tank. And the tank is a natural rockscape. You don't see. Hi, Mikey. Mikey, Mikey is one of my favorite fish. He was brought from a friend's tank, and Sunny. They're always here when I'm filming. Yes, I have to talk about you guys, the fish. The tank is all about the fish. This is Red and Gracie. Red was a rescue. I have a couple of rescues. I have my striped damsels, which were also rescues, because people got the fish and could not take care of them. That's Daryl. I have 3 of them, Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. And they highlight the tank by emphasizing how big my mushrooms are. That's right. That mushroom is at least 12 inches across, which is one of my favorite coral. I love SPS, which I have in another tank and things like that, but I love the mushrooms. They just hide the rock and create a soft surface. I have many varieties. Don't ask me to name them because I cannot remember them all. But I have different varieties of purple mushrooms, green mushrooms, elephant ears. I have ricordias. I'll even show you the frag plug that I started that mushroom from this frag plug. It grew on the rock and must have split 10 times. But I keep that frag plug so I remember that it started as one plug, to show people I have all these different varieties of purple, greens, and actually corallimorphs, which is the scientific name. They've mutated into different varieties, which I have that hybrid purple and green. This is the Smurf Village, which grew right into these. You can see that I have sponges, yellow sponge, black sponge, just a natural rockscape, which is the theme of the tank. You don't see piles of rock. Yes, Mikey, I'm giving you credit again. Oh, yeah. But anyway, the highlight is mushrooms. You really can't see the rocks laying on the tank floor. You can see the bridges or the caves. I got a lot of caves, which give them natural hiding spaces. And the floor of the tank, you can't even see the sand. I have a 2 to 3 inch layer of sand under the mushrooms. And I don't even really clean the tank a lot, but the highlight is that it's supposed to look natural, and that's my goal. This tank, I take a lot of this out of this tank on a regular to donate to the club, and people buy mushrooms, or if I see a new person starting out. Easy, easy, easy. These lights are not the greatest lights in the world, but they grow mushrooms. They grow pallies, they grow zoas. I'll probably replace them at some point, but they're really low profile lights, the Sunnies. I did a video on them, but the Sunny acted kind of funny, so I pulled it down. And the profile is not even 2 inches. If you come into my house, you really don't know where my lights are. I don't have anything hanging from the ceiling. They're really low profile. They're really flat, and they're easily controlled once you get used to it. I did a video on programming them. It took a learning curve, but yeah, I did it. And they're easy. I have it mostly blues. I use the daylights just as the sunset and sunrise. And temperature, really easy, set to the room temperature, 75. I don't do 77. I got to replace my fans because my fans are old, as you can see. I had 3, but I pulled them out. Now I'll change them. This tank is set on a metal stand, even though you see wood. One of my agreements with the missus is I could not have an obtrusive tank sitting in the dining area. So this is a wood tank around a metal stand that I built. I don't even remember what year I built it, but I built this stand as a frame around the steel stand to match the room. I renovated this whole entire area, and I wanted to match the room, so I did it in that black. And I tried to get it a close match so it doesn't look crazy. And there's not really much to say. Most of the breakdown of the tank is keep it simple, stupid, simple sump, my return pump. I dose it. I'll talk about the dosing, but you really don't have to dose mushrooms. Mushrooms like a dirtier tank. Like, I don't have to keep it super pristine, which is one of the reasons why yes, you're here again. I see you, Mikey. But one of the reasons I keep this tank is a lot of people get intimidated by all the crazy equipment and everything. So I keep this tank simple. I dose it with a 3-part from bulk Reef supply, alkalinity, calcium, and magnesium. Once in a while, I dose things like iron when I get the test done from the ICPs. But I keep a lot of books. Here's another book on basics of keeping the tank, and that's it. Simple. 20 years, got to be doing something right. I've seen a lot of tanks crash. This one hasn't. And I hope you click that like and subscribe for more videos like this for the everyday guy. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. But until next time, this is D signing off, keeping my sanity by keeping tanks. See you, everybody.